Hi, I'm Gary and welcome to my shop. In this video, I'm going to do a few updates on my battery charging station. Now, I did a couple of videos before where I got a start on what would evolve into what I have now. I am restricted to a small space as I have a small shop slightly larger than a one-car garage. Otherwise, my charging station may include a lot more features. What I have done here is not perfect, but for now, it suits my needs. And I hope you can derive from this and create something that works for you. Please share your suggestions with us. Now, for historical purposes, my original battery and tool organization just did not exist. It was a haphazard way that I stored my batteries, power tools, and chargers. None of them ever seemed to be together in one place. So I wasted a lot of time hunting them down. I saw some ways that others organized their batteries, power tools, and chargers, and I decided that's what I need to do. Then I went to start some sort of organization that would work for me, and this is what I came up with. Over time, I gained more battery power tools, batteries, and chargers, and I added a shelf to keep batteries on. As things grew, the area with all the chargers and batteries became very crowded and difficult to get to some of the chargers without knocking other things down or pulling some cords as I wrangled with it. So I decided it's time to make another modification or upgrade, and I came up with this idea that I'm going to show you now. I hope you can get ideas from this. Oh yeah, please give me a like, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and click on the little red icon down in the lower right corner, and hit the bell icon so you won't miss anything new. In this image, I show how my old battery station was set up. After some time with adding more battery-powered tools, chargers, and batteries, it got to be a mess and difficult to put batteries on or off charges without disrupting or disconnecting the others. A lot of fumbling around, sometimes disconnecting things and pulling cords in the process. So I decided I have to reorganize this for the better so I can be more efficient and not causing all those disconnections. To start with, I cleaned everything off the shelf to get a clean slate to work with. I also installed the light above the shelf so I could see what I'm doing, and that helps a lot. In this image, I show how I set up my power supply. I use a couple power strips, one that is connected to the main power outlet, then I plugged in the timer into that, and other power strips into the timer. Now, the one plugged into the timer will control the chargers so they can turn off after a set time. I have a remote control to control the timer, and that lets me control how many hours I want to charge for. Usually I set it for 2 or 4 hours. In this image, I show a shelf that I built to get the chargers on different levels to get me a better organization and ease of use, and organization and control of the power cord. Now, the sketch plans that I drew up of the shelf are in a PDF file that I link to in the description below. I built that shelf out of scrap wood in my shelf. You build that to suit your space and needs. In this image, I have all the chargers in place on the different levels. I organized them on levels to give the easiest ease of access to each based on sizes, so I would not have to knock something else over while trying to get to another. All of the cords are tucked away neatly. I use some Velcro straps to secure the cords. You can also see my remote hanging just to the right, which I use for controlling the timer. In this image, off to the right side, you can see batteries I store on the shelf and the remote I use for controlling the timer for the chargers. I like to keep it handy and nearby. In this image is a close-up of the remote I use for the timer and the buttons I use to control it. From top left to right and below are the on and off indicators, the flasher if there is an issue or an error. Then the next are the number of hours the charger will stay on, 2, 4, 6, or 8 hours. P button cycles through each of these, which I have the setting. Once I have the setting, I want to press the OK button and the timer begins. After the time is up, it all turns off. In this image is where I have several small chargers for other various camera batteries and video light batteries, and etc. Now, these small charges are on the timer too. While all these charges are on the timer, they all turn on with a timer, but they don't draw current to charge a battery if one is not in place on the charger. Now, these chargers may still draw a small amount of current just to power the power light indicator. Now, the reason to have all of these chargers on a timer is to avoid excess charging and cycling when it's not necessary. This saves a little bit on the electric bill and can save some back drainage when a battery is left on a charger too long. Most chargers don't have that issue these days, but this helps to be safe and sure. So here I'm going to show you how I use this remote to control this timer that charges up all the batteries. What I'll do is I'll put a battery into this Ryobi one. So I've got that in there, and when I turn this on, you'll see the lights light up on that. And you can see the lights up here on this. I'll try to zoom in on this so you can see all these clearly. So I press the P key here till I get to the 2-hour one on this mark. That light will light up. Once I get to that, I'll press OK, and that'll turn on the timer. So I have to cycle through all of these to get to the 2-hour mark. Once I'm there, press that. That turns it on, blinks for 2 hours, turns on, and you see the light go on here. And of course this light is probably indicating it's fully charged anyway. So that's how it works on that. And if it's done before the timer quits, you can just simply press the P key until you get to the off and press the OK. That turns it all off. Otherwise, once the 2 hours runs out, it'll turn itself off. Well, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this and you got some inspiration, please give me a like and hit the thumbs up icon and share it with your family, friends, and fellow woodworking enthusiasts. Please subscribe by clicking on the little red icon down in the lower right corner, and be sure to hit the bell icon too so you won't miss anything. Please leave your comments. I'd like to hear what you think, your suggestions, and what you would like to see. Other viewers often have some great tips and ideas that may answer some of your questions. So thanks to those viewers for their contributions. Now be sure to read the description below, as it contains a lot of information and links and updates. Now, as an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. So as they say in the Red Green Show, if the ladies don't find you handsome, at least they should find you handy. Thank you.